Hello students, today we will discuss about components of group dynamics. Components of group dynamics: group size, group composition, group roles, group norms, group leadership, group status, group cohesiveness. The first one is group size. The size of group affects the group's overall behavior, but this effect depends on how group members behave internally and externally. Minimum 2 persons are required to form a group. ठीक है, कम से कम कितने चाहिए? 2 persons. And as far as the maximum number is concerned, the group should have as many members as can interact meaningfully with each other. ठीक है, तो मतलब मैक्सिमम नंबर कितने होना चाहिए? इतना हो, वैसे तो कितने भी हो सकते हैं, बट मीनिंगफुली इंटरेक्ट कर सकें. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है गॉसिपिंग हो रही है बट रेलेवेंट नहीं है कुछ पे. However, an ideal group size is said to comprise of 5 to 7 members over a smaller group in terms of idea generation. The evidence indicates that smaller groups are faster at completing tasks than the larger ones. The group size should be determined by taking in consideration factors such as nature of task to be performed, the maturity of group members, etc. S.P. Robbins is of the opinion that groups with an odd number of members tend to be preferable to those with an even numbers, as odd number of members eliminates the possibility of ties. ओके हम यहाँ पर कह रहे हैं कि ओड नंबर में रखना है या इवन नंबर्स में रखना है, तो एज ओड नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स एलिमिनेट्स द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ टाइज. ठीक है, कई बार ये होता है कि इवन नंबर्स में टाइज का जो है नहीं सॉर्टिंग हो पाती है, तो फिर हम कहते हैं कि ओड नंबर होना चाहिए when votes are taken and group made up of 5 or 7 members do a pretty job because they are larger enough to form a majority and allow for diverse input, yet small enough to avoid the negative outcomes often associated with large groups, such as domination by a few members, development of subgroups, and excessive time taken to reach a decision. ओके इसलिए कह रहे हैं हम ऑड नंबरिंग होती है, लाइक 5 हो गया, 7 हो गया. नेक्स्ट वन इज ग्रुप composition. How well a group performs largely depends on the qualities of its members. There are a number of individuals having varied qualities and characteristics. In fact, most of the group activities require a variety of skills and knowledge. As far as group composition is concerned, a group may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Homogeneous groups are those which are composed of similar individuals. ठीक है, होमोजीनियस कौन से होते हैं ग्रुप्स? जिसमें सिमिलर इंडिविजुअल्स लाइक पर्सनैलिटी, एज, जेंडर, एक्सपीरियंस, नॉलेज, मतलब कुछ भी टर्म्स हैं वो सिमिलर होती है, सेम होती हैं. एंड देन हेट्रोजीनियस ग्रुप्स कौन से होते हैं? विच कंप्राइज ऑफ डिसिमिलर इंडिविजुअल्स. ठीक है, मतलब उनके जो फीचर्स हैं वो अलग अलग होते हैं. ठीक है, डिफरेंट होते हैं आपस में एक दूसरे से वो. Then diversified groups tend to be better on many problem solving tasks than the homogeneous groups of highly similar individuals. Such groups tend to generate innovative solutions, hence attention must be paid to diversity and similarities of members' traits and abilities within the group. Okay, you get diversified. It is important to note that members are more socially conforming in mixed gender groups than in same gender groups. This suggests that members of mixed gender groups focus more on interpersonal relations, while members of same gender groups tend to be more concerned with accomplishment of task at hand. Okay? Then arrangement norms. These norms emerge from informal work groups and social interactions within the group. Through these norms, an organization arranges the common place for their social interaction, like कैंटीन हो गया, ठीक है, क्लब हो गए, तो इनफॉर्मल वर्क ग्रुप्स होते हैं ये. Then allocation of resources norms. These norms specify the allocation of all human and inhuman organizational resources at workplace, like pay, assignment of difficulty job, allocation of new machinery, tools and equipments. Then behavior norms. These are rules and guidelines defining the day-to-day behavior of people at workplace. This behavior pattern may include punctuality as a habit, completing a given assignment within the required time period, not losing temper, showing respect for other members' opinions, and so on. तो ये है behavior norms. Next one is group leadership. Group leadership is another element that influences the behavior of group members, whether it is formal or informal group. Every work group has a leader. In formal groups, leaders are appointed formally by management with a well-defined status, position, authority, and responsibility. The duty of the formal leader is to give directions. ठीक है, फॉर्मल लीडर कौन है? डायरेक्शंस देता है. एंड ऑर्डर्स टू सबऑर्डिनेट्स फॉर अचीवमेंट ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. द क्वालिटीज़ लाइक सिंसियरिटी है, ऑनेस्टी है, लॉयल्टी एंड हार्डवर्क ऑफ अ ग्रुप लीडर बिकम वर्क कल्चर ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. The leader is expected to balance the expectations of the group members, management, and the informal group. He has to follow different types of leadership styles depending upon the situational requirements. ठीक है, हम यहाँ पर कह रहे हैं एक ही लीडरशिप स्टाइल हम नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप्स भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं. On the other hand, informal group leaders are not formally appointed but are respected, accepted, and followed by the other members of informal group. Because of their personal charisma, social status, or technical expertise. The role of informal leader is not fixed and often changes from person to person and situation to situation. ठीक है, एक हो गया फॉर्मल लीडर जो आपको ऑफिशियली डील कर रहा है, एंड अनदर वन इज इनफॉर्मल लीडर. इनफॉर्मल लीडर कौन सा हो गया? जिसके मतलब फिक्स नहीं है रोल, बट चेंजेस फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन, हर सिचुएशन में भी चेंज हो सकता है. ठीक है, टैकल करने का तरीका जो होगा. In fact, informal group leader generally helps the group in directing its activities towards goal accomplishment and help group members to express their views, demands, and problems. These leaders influence the behavior of others and remain leaders as long as they are sincere to the group interests. The next one is group status. Status is a position or rank given to groups or group members on the basis of his position in the group or on his personal qualities. ठीक है, हमने पोजीशंस दे दी हैं, रैंक दे दिए हैं, उनकी पोस्ट के हिसाब से भी हो सकते हैं वे वो, ठीक है, कि वंस पोजीशन है, डेजिग्नेशन, वेज और सैलरी लेवल, फ्रिंज बेनिफिट्स, work schedules, and seniority are the results of one's status. A person is recognized by his status and gets motivated by high rank. The behavior of a motivated person is different to others. We can also say that because of differences between the ranks, people behave differently. In our organization, there are two types of status available: formal status and informal status. Formal status, it is the official status, position, designation given to an individual in the organizational structure on the basis of one's education. ये फॉर्मल हो रहा है, फॉर्मल स्टेटस, one's education, experience, training, and seniority. We all are familiar with high organizational status, large offices with impressive view, fancy tiles, high pay, preferred work schedules, private secretary, and so on. तो ये सारा फॉर्मल हो गया ना. Then informal status. Status may be informally acquired by such characteristics as personalities, age, gender, skills, qualities. Okay, so in a group, these are the values, questions, and norms which determine one's status. A person enjoys a particular status because a particular person possesses or contributes values to the organization that are highly regarded by the members. It is also important that informal status is not necessarily less important than the formal status. Also, group members get high status and low status in the group based on their authority and performance. High status members of the group have more freedom to deviate from the norms. ओके, हम यहाँ वैसे तो नहीं होना चाहिए, बट फिर भी हम कह रहे हैं कि मोर फ्रीडम है हाई स्टेटस मेंबर्स को. While low status members of group don't have freedom to deviate from the norms. On the basis of above description, it can be said that group status is a prominent quality affecting the behavior of the members. Next one is group cohesiveness. The concept of group cohesiveness may be defined as the degree to which members are attracted to each other and are motivated to stay in group. If group cohesiveness is high, there are strong agreements among group members. They are cooperative and effective in completing their jobs, and they like each other very much. Low cohesiveness indicates that group in which there is lot of internal disagreement and lack of cooperative spirit to conform strictly to group standards and norms. The members of low cohesive groups are likely to less be effective in completing their tasks. ओके, हम यहाँ पर कह रहे हैं हाई, दो तरह की कोहेसिवनेस हो गई, हाई एंड दूसरी हो गई लो. तो साइंस क्या है कोहेसिवनेस के? देखो, लो को सी low cohesiveness, information flows slowly within the group. The group has little influence over its members' behavior, and the group does not tend to achieve its goals. ओके, तो इंफॉर्मेशन कैसे का फ्लो क्या है? स्लो। फिर मॉडरेट हो गया, moderate cohesiveness, group members work well together, there is a good level of communication and participation in the group is able to influence its members behavior, and the group tends to achieve its goals. Okay, group members work well together. तो कम्युनिकेशन जो है वो गुड है, लेवल हम कह रहे हैं गुड है। फिर वेरी हाई कोहेसिवनेस की अगर बात करें, ग्रुप मेंबर्स सोशलाइज एक्सेसिवली ऑन द जॉब, देयर इज़ अ वेरी हाई लेवल ऑफ कन्फॉर्मिटी इन द ग्रुप एंड intolerance of any deviation, and the group achieves its goals at the expense of other groups. Okay, thank you.